Cartel violence is rocking the nation of Mexico right now. This week, military forces there killed the country's most powerful drug lord known as El Mencho. Mexican officials say more than 70 people have died in the aftermath, including security officers, suspected cartel members, and civilians.
Ascendiendo en otros carteles hasta que quiso ser líder. En 2009 cofundó una organización propia, el Cartel de Jalisco Nueva Generación.
Situation on the ground in Mexico following the shooting death of cartel leader El Mencho.
Cartel is one of the most powerful and ruthless organizations in Mexico.
So this is my experience with traveling through Mexico. Everything that could have went wrong. I'm grateful that I'm here, that I'm still alive. But yeah, man, stuff, like, before I even get into the whole story, I'm just saying, it was a point where I didn't even think I would be alive, to be honest with you. So, if you don't know who I am, my name is James. I'm a full-time trader. Currently living abroad with my family. And so, you know, my family and I for like the last year, man, these dogs are vicious out here, man. Like the last year, you know, we've been going to different countries, looking for places to stay. I've been working the plan for a long time. You know, I had a company. I started off with that, and then I sold it to go all in with day trading. Obviously, like, I didn't make money for a long time, and then I started making money, paid off a bunch of debt. So, like, you know, we're young. I'm 29. She's 27. We have our daughter now who's 13 months old, and you know, like, we just really embody like freedom and stuff. And like, yeah, I'm not like retired or nothing yet, you know what I'm saying? But we worked the plan, paid off all our debt, you know, through the income I was making, and then obviously good savings and things like that. So the last like year, we've been going to different countries, you know, Panama, La República Dominicana, right, Dominican Republic, you know, Mexico, different places like that, and had some more on the list. And man, these damn dogs, see, you hear that? You hear that? Nah, I ain't playing with them, boy. I don't do some of these dogs, like these Mexican dogs different, boy. Anyways, man, so yeah, we've been traveling like different countries, different cities within the countries, and like I know enough Spanish to get by. Like, I'm not like fluent yet, I will be, but we love certain places, man. But like, you know, when you're looking for like a country or somewhere to go, like, it's different when you're looking for like just yourself, or yourself and your spouse or significant other, or like yourself and a baby, you know what I'm saying? And so there were some places we went, man, like we loved, but maybe it was too small, you know, or like, okay, it was great if you just go with some friends, but not to raise a family. And so I was like, cool. So I was about to go to Nicaragua. It's another country. And then I was like, someone was like, nah, look at Mexico again. And we had been to Mexico. We've been to Puerto Vallarta, Buceria, Sayulita, places like that. So I was like, all right, cool. You know, we're gonna go to this place I keep seeing called like Merida, which is where I'm at now. Just walking around, you know what I'm saying, talking. This ain't even hot yet, so I'm sweating, but it is what it is, right? Y'all getting real, raw, and authentic. And so I was like, okay, cool, like, let's go to Merida. Oh. About to get ran the fuck over. So I was like, all right, cool. Let's go to Merida. Man, we came, man, we fell in love with it, man. And so, you know, I want to say this too, like, again, before I get into the details, like, of the actual story, how when it started going left, because right now it's like, oh, it sounds solid, like, cool, you just traveling, whatever. Nah, like, so Merida is one of actually is the safest place in Mexico, number 2 safest place in all of North America, which includes Canada and the US. And so, man, we came for like a month, loved it. And so, over the next few months, you know, we were gonna wait to move, but my wife and I were like, you know, we were talking, I was like, man, nah, like, you know, we need to focus on like, just us, man, our health, you know what I'm saying? Like physical health, mental health, spiritual health. You know, like you only get one life, so like, yeah, don't do nothing stupid and irrational. Like I said, I was working a plan the whole time, you know, paying off debt, stacking money, obviously working on my skill with trading, which is how I make income now for my family. And, you know, I was like, all right, bet, like, you know, came to it, let's do it. So when I was running all the numbers, I was like, all right, Now, I don't give a crap how much money you make. You gotta be responsible and save your money. You know what I'm saying? So I was running numbers. And I was like, all right, dude. Like one is financial, but other stuff is like just familiarity. Like when you moving somewhere, like bro, this ain't Cancun or a resort. Like this is a real area where everybody speaks Spanish. Like 99.9% of people speak Spanish. So even little things like today, I gotta go back to the cell phone store, try to get my SIM card right. It makes it tough. And so I was like, you know, as much as I want to like just fly us there, I don't want to get rid of everything we have that, you know, we have some kind of normalcy with, like my daughter's toys that she's familiar with, or, you know, a lot of our office equipment, our desk, our monitors. Like, yeah, things we can rebuy, kitchen equipment, you know, my air fryer, but it's like, it just makes it easier to just have a few things that, you know, especially even though it's personalized, you can't replace, right? So like, you know what, this is what we're gonna do. We got rid of most stuff in our house, you know, furniture, like couches. We had commercial printers, you know, that, those big ones that print like 200 pages in a minute. Our bed, like, you know, we got rid of everything, but I was like, you know what? Let's keep a few of the main things. We both decided to keep a few of the main things, make the transition easier for all three of us, and then we just rebuy everything else, right? Rebuy, you know, washer, dryer, beds, couches, all that stuff. So I said, I got rid of one of my cars. All my cars paid for, right? Both of them. So I got rid of one, sold one. I said, you know what? We can keep this one. That way we at least two got a ride here, because a lot of people think too, stuff is cheaper just because you move out the country. Not the case. There's a few things that's more affordable. There's a few things that are way more expensive. And so, I'm like, cool, we keep that. Even with that, I didn't want to, like, I'm a car guy. I didn't want to buy a car and not know any of like the maintenance history or what may have been done to it or not been done to it. So like, man, I don't want none of those surprises. I don't want to spend 3 times the money for a damn car. Let's just take one of the cars, I'll drive it through here. So while we were down here the first time in November, I met some people who I was like, hey, like, they was like, I'll ride with you. You know, obviously I paid them. And so I had lined up just to be safe, man. I had this feel, I was like, man, let me have somebody come with me, you know, on this journey. Like, I could have came up myself, save some money. I'm like, nah, I'm not a cheap guy. I like to save money, but I'm not cheap. That's like getting good deals. That's why they call me James, get a deal strong. You feel me? Internationally, man. I'm gonna save some money. And so, cool. So boom. So fast forward, pack up. I decided, you know what? Let me go ahead and leave. I actually decided to leave a day early. So I was originally gonna leave and start driving down from Dallas, Texas, where we currently, well, I'm now in Mexico full time. My wife is there with our daughter, and she's with my mom, and I'll be flying them out after I get us a house. So I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and ride down on Thursday, reach down to the border. I was flying my guy out Friday, and then we were leaving first thing Saturday morning.
All right, so right now I'm outside the hotel in Laredo. So I'm about to get ready to drive down to the border crossing and get across there, then go get all the paperwork and tip and everything for the car. So yeah, praying it'll be a very, very smooth, you know, process. So and just getting there early, man. It's just now starting to crack light. It's actually getting light a lot later than I thought it would be. I had planned on this trip driving from 5 to 5. The sun is only starting to peak, and it's 7 o'clock, 6:58. So I will have to do some recalculating on that, you know, and figure it out, because I have to meet certain checkpoints and allow enough time to get there. So 7 to 5 isn't really enough time to get to where I need to be before sundown. So we'll see tonight. Emilio will be flying in, and you know, I'm just let him know. But again, I still prefer to leave at 5 and start trooping. So, but yeah, man, about to hit this border, and then I get a few border shots in a few.
And so, man, these houses are crazy out here, crazy big. And so, I left, cool, no problems, right? I came down to Laredo, stayed the night in a Marriott across the, like on the US side. And then I crossed over to Nuevo Laredo the next morning. I don't know where the hell I'm going. I'm just walking. I crossed over to Nuevo next morning. So I went through the Benjacito, which is where you go to like register for your tip for your car paperwork, and then your own paperwork. Now I'm also a resident of Mexico, right? I got my residency after I decided, you know what? Yeah, we about to move and do this thing, cool. So I became a resident, so I had my residency card and all that stuff. And so we crossed the border, got my paperwork, cool. Waited for my guy hired the contractor to ride with me, and I gotta sneeze, excuse me. Waited for him to get there, and I had already read like Nuevo Laredo is jumping. You know what I'm saying? Like that place it be getting jumping out there. So I was like, nah, like I ain't about to have no chances. I ain't about to do nothing crazy. And again, I'm on a mission at this point, right? I got big TVs in my car. I got 3-4 computers. I have four computer monitors, computer stands. I have desks that we broke down, like, you know, the desks, the electric ones that like raise up and down, you stand up on them. I have those broken down on me. I have tools. I have so much stuff on me. I'm like, bro, I'm not playing no games. I'm not trying to get robbed. I got cash. Like I got thousands of pesos on me, right? So I'm like, man, hell no. Like, I am not trying to play no games. I won't even go out to eat. I even packed food for the week, and I was like, yo, whatever run out, nigga, I'm about to fast. I was like, this food run out, I'm fucking fasting. Like, I won't play no games. So the only thing I did when I was on the US side was get gassed up. And then I got, let me back the hell up, because they ain't like, about to stop. And then I got some avocado. She damn sure ran the hell out that stop sign. Crazy as shit. So, crossed over, cool, wait for my guy, he get there, you know, we good, right?
We here. The border, the first one was behind me, and I'm going to, I guess I'm going up here to this one, number 1. Of course, I can't record going through it, you know what I mean? But it's just me documenting for myself. I get enough, and then I'm done. All right, let me go ahead and turn this thing off. I ain't about to keep adding the wildlands, but so we through customs now. Car got stopped and searched, but it was a light search, so nothing wild. It made me pay a little bit of tax, you know what I mean, on some of the goods. So how do I get over here? I hope it's right here, boy. Benjacito office. And I see some cops coming, so let me turn this thing off.
So I wake up next morning, which is Saturday. And this is when it started getting crazy. So we drive, and we like, when you drive through Mexico, you drive for a few minutes. I mean, excuse me, not a few minutes. You drive for a few minutes basically into like light. So you wait till it gets light out when sun rises, and you're off the road by dark. You do not drive when it gets dark. And so we waited till like, it was like 6:45. You know, sun came up like 7, and boom, we started booking it. Like right at like 7 o'clock. Man, we get to the first checkpoint, and the guy pulled me over, and he like, your paperwork wrong. I'm like, man, what? We driving 27 minutes. He's like, oh yeah, you know, I'm gonna need you to pull over. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, here we go with this shit already. So we go, he's like, it says turista. It should say residente, right? Basically, my paperwork said tourist, and it should say resident because I'm a resident. Now, if we go back to the day before, when I went to the Benjacito to get my paperwork, I knew the guy, I knew something was off. I had this feeling because, one, I kept asking, I was like, yo, all you give me is a tip for my car. Some people require FMM, some people don't, right? Again, it's just documentation. But I was like, you sure this is all I need? He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. So I started asking him questions. Like I do this all the time. I feel like people don't know. You know, I ask them questions to make sure they knowledgeable. And I was like, okay, like, so this is all I need. So I'm like, all right, next year when I renew my residency, what do I need to bring? He's like, oh, nah, like, you know, he's like, yeah, you got to come back here and do this. And I already knew that shit wasn't true. And he was like, I was like, nah, that's not true. Like, that's not the case. So then his boss had to literally correct him. And she was like, no, da-da-da-da. She said all this stuff in Spanish. Like I said, I comprehend more than I actually speak. And I write very, you know, pretty well. And so he was like, oh, okay, actually, you know, woo. And so I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, man, he probably messed my paperwork up, but I don't read like flawlessly. You know what I'm saying? I just like, I can read words. Like I said, I'm learning. I'm like at the beginning stage, you know what I mean? I've been studying for like 3 months. Like I said, I can go to the store, I can get food, we can go to a restaurant, but like, it's gonna be basic, you know what I'm saying? Muy básico, you feel me? So, now again, going back. So we at the first checkpoint, dude pull us over, he like park over there. So I'm like, ah, shit. So I'm like, okay. So me and my man get out. He fluent, now he Mexican, he from here. Like, so that's one of the reasons he speak English. So I was like, cool, like I got an interpreter full time. I'm like, yo, I drove the whole time, I paid for everything, flight, hotel. I'm like, all you gotta do is roll. Easy money for him, and I paid him good. And so I'm like, yo, he talking, he like, dude's like, yeah, you know, paperwork, I talk all this stuff in Spanish, right? He like, paperwork wrong, he like, oh yeah, you know, blah, blah, blah. So they going back and forth, my man like, look, man, like, you know, it's like, he got his passport, he got his residency. Like, okay, cool. It says passport number, say resident, like, whatever. So they talking, man, and buddy like, hey, my man said, name is Emilio. So I'm gonna say the name because, you know, I like keeping stuff, I just want to say it straight out like it is, right? I'm just an open person with my stories. So my guy's name is Emilio. So Emilio's like, hey, he said, you know, he wants $100. And, you know, if you get it to him, he throw it on the table, let it slide. So it's red flag number one. Now I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm like, okay, my mentality, I'm like, man, if you give a motherfucker an inch, they take a mile. So I'm already like, all right, bro, I done been in motherfucking Mexico driving 27 minutes, and it's a dude already trying to extort me and take money. I'm like, if I didn't let this motherfucker take money from me, when this shit gonna end? Now, I'm also not dumb as hell, because we in Mexico. But I'm like, bro, hold on, man. So I'm, you know, I start playing a little gringo part, like gringo. I'm like, oh, you know, all I got is, you know, 1,000 pesos, which is 1,000 pesos now with the conversion is roughly like $60. You feel me? And so I was like, oh, I got 1,000 pesos, you know. And he was like, I was like, you know, it's for gas. But I was like, man, I was saying this in Spanish, like, you know, is there? I was like, ¿Dónde es el banco? Is el banco es cerca? I was like basically asking like, you know, hey, is there a bank near? I can go get. I was saying I like more in Spanish, but I can go get some. And he's like, oh, 1,000 to do, strike 2. So then I'm like, what the fuck? I said, man, hell no. I said, fuck this nigga, man. So I'm like, bro, hell no. So now I'm holding the money in my hand. And I was like, my man just like Emilio, he just wanna keep on moving, right? He just trying to get his bread and get home. But I'm like, no, man. I think like a chess match in life. I was like, yo, we've been driving for 27 minutes and got pulled over. I said, if he want money now, mind you, I got cash on me, stashed like I'm smuggling. Like, because again, God forbid, like, whenever I'm traveling, I make sure I hide money everywhere. I got money on me. I got money everywhere, spread out everywhere. Just, you know, God forbid, if something happens, somebody try to jug me, they won't ever get all of it. And I can always, you know what I mean, get where I need to be, get more gas, get to a hotel, like, do what I got to do. So I'm like, hold on, man. If he trying to stop me now, bro, and get money, I'm like, how do I know I'm gonna keep even being able to go through the whole country? I'm like, yo, we got a 4-day drive now. And make sure y'all know this. It is a 4-day drive because Merida is at the bottom of Mexico, the very south, like damn near going to Central America. So I'm like, yo, we got a 4-day drive, bro. I don't have but so much cash. And when you drive through Mexico too, you can pay for like you can use your card on things like I think it's like stores. But when it comes to these motherfucking dogs, bro. I'm about to tie these dogs. See, these Mexican dogs different. But when it comes to your card, you only use it at like major stores like, you know, Soriana, Chedraui, you know what I'm saying, like major chains. Gas stations, you always pay cash. You never pay card. So I only had enough. I made sure we had that and extra. So I'm like, man, hell nah. Like, yo, we gonna be SOL. So I'm like, nah, I ain't no bitch. Like, I'm good on that. So I started going like, you know, I'm like, all right, look, man, F that little gringo. So I'm like, I'm still a man in the day. So I'm like, nah, hold on, bro. Like, how do I know I'm gonna even be good? I'm like, yeah, you letting me through this checkpoint. I said, it's the first one. I said, bro, it was 7, at this point, 7:29 or something. I said, bro, it's 7:30 in the morning. I said, man, we can go ahead and turn around right now. I go get this paperwork fixed. I said, he was like, oh, no, you be good. It's the only one. I'm like, yeah, man, he telling you that stuff. I said, that sounds good. But I'm like, bro, matter of fact, how am I even driving my car through Merida? I'm like, is my car technically even legal? Because of paperwork. I'm like, what the police stop me? And they're like, nah, you good. You know, talking sweet. So I'm like, bro, nah. I'm like, yo, I'm like, look, man, we doing that lip talking, bro. I'm not even trying to keep wasting time. Let's go ahead and go back to the border, go to the Manacito, and let's go fix the paperwork. Now, let's just remember now, this is only point number 1. I haven't gotten to nothing else yet. This is the first situation, the first 27 minutes. Remember that. And so we going, I'm gonna have to walk back to the crib and sit down in the shade with y'all. And so we're going, I'm like, man, nah, let's go ahead and go, bro. It's 30 minutes. I'm like, look, it's 30 minutes back to the border. It was 27. That's how I knew we was driving 27 minutes. 27 minutes back to the border, maybe take an hour, 27 more, and I already had a hotel lined up. So I'm like, look, we still can make it before it get dark, no problem. So we get in the car. Dude seeing one of his other guys, like, hey, he comes to my window. He like, you know what I'm saying? He like, hey, can you know, like, come back inside. So immediately was like, I'll be right back. I'm like, all right, man. So he took my paperwork with him. I said, I got my passport, I got everything but my tip paperwork, my car stuff. So he got it in his hand. I wait like 3 minutes. I'm like, man, the hell with that, bro. Let me go over there and see what's up. They didn't call Patron, right? They didn't call Boss Man. And he got like this like army jacket, whatever, but he was like, oh, you know, talking to him. Again, I understood a little bit, not much. And he was like he showed me my passport. I gave him my passport. You know what I'm saying? Told him I was a resident. And they started having like little small talk. You know, he was like, oh, you play basketball? You know, 'cause I'm tall, right? 6'6", 245, 250 pounds, right? Depending on the time of year. Might be lower than that, but right now I'm like 245. I'm a big dude. So he's like, oh, you play basketball? I was like, you know, hey, like a long time ago. He's like, okay. And he was like, you good, buddy? And he tapped my shoulder. I'm thinking like, what the fuck that mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, he for real trying to set me up. And so I was like, I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, what the hell that mean? He was like, nah, like we good, like, let's go. So we go through, and I'm like, all right, cool. Well, we should be straight now, hopefully. Now, really, in the back of my mind, I'm like, man, I pray to God the rest of this trip is not on some bullshit. And so, we're going, man, we get maybe another 40 minutes. 40 minutes. Now, I just had somebody try to extort money out of me, and they go to chain command. We drive another 40 minutes. We get to another checkpoint. I'm like, dang. And I'm like, yo, they gonna stop me because my tags. Because I got Texas tags on my car, right? I can have that because my paperwork. And so they tell everybody slow down, you know, slow down. And they get to me. They like, slow down. They see Texas, they like, stop. I said, man, here we go with this bull job again. I'm like, here we go with this bull job. And so we roll the window down. Dude, like, he talk, you know, he's like, tú hablas español? I said, un poquito. I said, estoy aprendiendo español. I said, you know, básico frases y palabras, right? You know, basically tell him, look, man, I'm studying Spanish right now. I know basic phrases. I know basic words. And so he tell Emilio, he like, yo, pull over. I'm like, bro, all right. So we pull over. And these guys got on, it's very important, these guys got on army pants. These guys have on army pants and all black, where the hell am I at? I don't know. We just keep walking. These guys got on army pants and all black, right? From the top up. Shirts, ski mask, stuff like that. So I'm like, okay. So dude pull up, he talking. Emilio, like, he ain't nervous. Like, he was pretty cool for the most part under pressure. But like, you know what I mean? His hand and stuff was shaking because they asking like, yo, like, who are you? Why you with him? Where he going? Where you work at? I mean, they interrogating. You know what I'm saying? And so he like, oh, I'm a contractor for him. You know, he hired me to go, ride with him. He want to ride by himself. He like, yeah, that's why I work. You know, he got his phone, he's shaking. So I grab it and I'm stealth mode. And I'm not saying like I'm the toughest guy in the world, because I'm not. The thing is, before the trip, like, I'm a big believer in faith. Like, again, my one thing, yes, I do cuss. I'm working on that. But like, my heart's pure, man. Like, I love people. I really want to help people. Obviously, I love my wife, my family, my daughter. And, I had accepted the risk of this trip coming because I was like, okay, this is dangerous. So I had, I did everything I could, man. I got the car inspected by my mechanic. I got all new tires. I went and got a rim from one of the scrap yards and got a brand. So I had a real one, not a spare tire, right? That way, ever pop the tire, I could change it, keep moving. I had all my tools in the car. I had extra oil, coolant. I mean, in case there was a leak. Like, I was doing, all these things. And so, I got a tracker put on the car. I got a GPS tracker. I got a kill switch put on the car, so God forbid if the car was ever stolen, we could kill it and track it down. I did everything I could, and so I had accepted, like, God forbid if anything happened to me, it just happened, man. I'm like, I took every precaution I could to do it. So that's why, when I say that, I'm not saying like I'm a tough guy. I was just calm because I'm like, yo, I'm in God's hands at this point. Like, if this guy wanted to get crazy, there was nothing I could do. Nothing at all. And so he looking, and he got this look in his eyes. And anybody who grew up in a very tough place, like, I'm not from like Chicago in the 80s or 70s or like nothing like that, right? But where I grew up in North Carolina was the number 10 worst spot to stay in North Carolina. And so I've seen looks in people's eyes who have nothing to lose, who are willing to do harm to you, who are willing to do these things. And so you could feel also, when you have strong discernment, you can feel tension. So I said, okay, because I'm sitting there chilling the whole time, just like chilling, like, all right, like, let's go and talk. I'm gonna chill. I don't know that much Spanish. And I'm basically just playing the gringo, right, the whole time. And so it gets to a point where it's like, buddy looking like he got to look like, man, I don't know, like, what y'all up to? And so now I start sounding like, I'm like the school person, I'm like, ¿dónde es la gasolina, right? I'm like, ¿es cerca or no? So I was basically asking him, like, and if my Spanish ain't flawless, like I said, I'm learning. So, it's all good, right? But I was asking, like, hey, where's the gas station? Is it near? And he was like, sí. He was like, okay. He was like, bien, like, vamos. Or not vamos, but whatever he said, right? Basically, like you good, like, adelante or something. And so it was like, cool. So that's the second stop. All right. So my mom, like, okay, I'm praying it's getting better. Like, but you can kind of tell. I'm like, something don't feel right. So that's the second stop. So the third one we going through, this is technically the third checkpoint. There's actual police cars, lights, same procedure, but no problem, right? Slow down. And this time, nobody stopped me. I'm like, okay. So now we get to the technical fourth checkpoint. Now, mind you, at this point, we are only driving for maybe 4 hours. And we get to the fourth checkpoint, which is the third incident. So this time, we get out, and we get there, same thing. They say, slow down. They see my Texas tags and they say, stop. They're like, stop. Now it's the same wardrobe, different people. Army bottoms, all black tops, right? Green bottoms. So green pants, all black, masked up, cigarettes, bullets hanging on their neck, bullets on their waist. They don't have no guns visible because guns are technically illegal in Mexico. I might have to go back to the crib because my quarter's getting getting hot. Everybody can sit down and keep it in the shade so I can tell y'all the rest. But yeah, only the police and National Guard can have guns here, not people. But they got bullets all around them to show you what they really about. And we had knew last time we talked, the first people weren't police, they weren't National Guard. They were Cartel. This was a different cartel group. And this time they told me to stop, pull over, and they told me to get out. So they said, we're about to do a full inspection. And so they talking, and you know, they like, you know, you got anything on you? We like, you know, like, nah, like, you know, all right. They start going through my clothes. They looking under the car. They hitting the top of the roof to make sure like there's no, you know, they professionals, to make sure that there's no drugs in the ceiling. They're going under my gas pedal, going through my clothes, like, you know, everything. And I'm just like, yo, this is crazy, bro. I have been driving through Mexico for 4 hours. 4 hours. And I done been almost extorted, searched by one cartel, and now I'm getting stopped by one, and I'm getting searched by another one. And I'm like, bro, we got 3.5 more days of this? I said, oh my God. So we going, we get through, they done, and then the buddy come out like, you know, you play basketball, you know, having small talk. You know, I'm like, you know, used to a long time ago, and the dude asked him, like, I guess he was checking to see, like, is he really studying Spanish? Like, make sure, I guess I ain't like Dominican or something or whatever. You could tell, you know, when you hear me talk. I'm like, sí, I'm like, estoy aprendiendo español. He's like, it's difícil, facil. I'm like, you know, más o menos, más o menos difícil. I'm basically like some words are easy, you know, some words are more difficult. I'm like, it just depends. Where the hell am I at? All right, let's go this way. I'm like, it just depends. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so he like, oh, okay. And so once he saw like, okay, like, yeah, he do know some basic words. He was like, all right, like, y'all good. And the dude, mind you, I'm gonna add this. The dude even wanted to open my damn hood of my car. I ignored him like I didn't understand what he was saying. And I just asked the other guy, the main guy, like, hey man, can I close my trunk now? Cause they going through my trunk, going through my stuff. He's like, yeah, you good. So I'm all right, but let's just stay here. You know, you wanna make sure they're not taking nothing, primarily, or putting nothing on you. You know what I'm saying? And so, but mainly taking shit. And so, we went through and got through that. It was all right, cool. So I'm hoping, all right, you know, they over with. So I go to fill up gas. Now, mind you, there's another tip we learned all this on Facebook. People who drove through. I know people who have drove through successfully. So I want to say that. And so that's a nice place. Nice place. Well, let's start this. And so there's a lot of tips in like Facebook groups, stuff like that. So one thing we learned too was like, okay, only when you get to half a tank, fill up again. Because in Mexico, it's not like the States. Like, you know, in the United States, man, that's gas every exit. Like, you can pass 30 exits, you're gonna pass at least 35, 45 gas stations. You can have 2 to 3 at each exit. In Mexico, man, you might hit a stretch where you're going 40, 50 miles. You're going an hour and a half, ain't no gas. So I had learned the tip, and it was like, you know, stop and get gas when you have a tank. So I'm like, cool. So I had already got gas one time. Half a tank, it took 600 pesos to fill the car up to half. Because in Mexico, again, this is just proof. Everything is not cheaper. Gas is over $5 a gallon here. And right now in America, it's like $2.41 when I left, like a couple days ago. So it's more than double. It's very expensive in here. Obviously, it's about a liter, but when you convert it, it's like over $5 a gallon. And so I'm like, cool. So we go to the next one. I tell them to fill it up in Spanish. And so when I pull up now, flag number one, if you've never been to a Hispanic country, right? You go to La República Dominicana, you go to Panama, you go to these places. One, they're gonna pump the gas for you. You know, when you go in America, we pump our own gas. They gonna pump the gas for you. So I pull up to this gas station, the second time I'm getting gas, right? After the search from the second cartel. And so I'm like, all right, let me get some gas. Everybody like, hey, come over here. All of them. I'm like, flat on one, I'm like, that's weird, bro. I'm like, they must really want a tip, because obviously they see American plates. They probably thinking, okay, gringo, he got some money. So Emilio like, yeah, they just must. He's like, yeah, they just want to tip, whatever. So we pull up, and out of all the guys, I go to the guy who got a red shirt on. All the rest of them had green. One of the Tex-Mex or Tail-Mex or whatever. I think that's the internet. Whatever the hell the gas station called out here. And so, stay on this side. And so, I'm like, all right, cool. So pull up, flag number 1. Everybody trying to flag me down. I'm like, all right, whatever, right? So he pull up. He like, what you want? I said, fill it up. And so he like, oh, okay. What kind you want? You want? He said rojo or verde, right? He said red or green. Cause he basically said I want Magna, which is the regular gas or like the premium gas. And he grabbed a premium. I'm like, why the fuck would you grab a premium? Who gets premium here hardly? Like most people's Magna. So it's little things. I have very strong discernment, so I'm paying attention to stuff. So, hola, señor. So I'm like, all right, whatever. I said, nah, I said verde. So he gave it to me. He put it in real quick and he jumped on the windshield and get it cleaning the hell out of the windshield. You know what I'm saying? And bus going by. He jumped, so he put it in real quick. I gotta pop the gas tank too in this car. And let me get away from this big old expensive house. Cause they got trespassing laws over here, boy. I ain't trying to, I ain't trying to get no more situations. And so he like, put the gas in real quick. He jumped on the windshield, cleaned the hell out of the windshield. So I'm like, dang, okay. Then a second dude comes and helps him clean the other side. I'm like, bro, that's weird. I know some people may not think nothing about it. I'm like, bro, why they got 2 people? Like, it's one guy getting the tip. Why they got 2 people jumping on my windshield? I done been to plenty of Spanish countries, got plenty of gas. I road trip every country I went to. And I was like, why they? I'm like, all right, bro, the flag. I'm like, that's number 2. That's weird, bro. I'm like, all right, man, maybe he's helping them out again. Like, I don't know what kind of relationship they got going on. I don't know none of this stuff, right? So I'm like, man, look, I don't know, whatever. So then the gas click. I look back. The gas says 1,000 and basically 300 pesos. And I'm like, 1,000. I'm like, what the hell? So I'm scratching my ankle, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going down to a secret stash I got, grabbing some $500 peso bills. And this is the weird part, right? A random guy in a white shirt come over who was sweeping, wasn't even pumping gas, didn't pump my gas, didn't clean nothing. And he was like, oh yeah, he said, he said a number, like 13, whatever. And I gave him 2 5s. And he said, real hesitant, he was like, oh, like, I guess to see if I would like buck back. He was like, oh, it's da-da-da-da. I was looking like something, like, I was looking like, bro, like something ain't right. But I hadn't finished processing yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm new again. I've been across this border 4.5 hours, 5 hours probably at this point max. And so I'm like, yo, something ain't right. But I'm like, all right. So I gave him 300 more, and then the dude who pumped the gas tried to give me change, like 50 pesos back. And I was like, I said, nah, you keep it. And I was just like, something ain't right, bro. I'm like, Toyota. So I'm like, I'm talking to Emilio. I said, yeah, man. I said, so that gas expensive as hell. So I was like, bro, I don't really understand. I'm like, he was like, yeah, I was like, yeah, that's crazy, man. I said, 1,300 pesos. And he like, wait, what? I said, yeah, like, I said it was 1,300 pesos. I was like, but the last one was 600. I was like, but now the gas should be double. He was like, shit. I'm like, what? Now, mind you, I had just pulled back on the highway. He like, they didn't reset the meter. And then all the stuff started making sense. Why they were trying to flag me down. The second dude who jumped on the window was a distraction to keep me distracted so we didn't look at the pump. You know what I'm saying? And then by the time it filled, there was no proof because he had already filled the gas up. And then I don't know who the other guy was, but I'm like, yo, what the hell? I'm like, there's nothing I can do about that. Like, I'm like, cause at this point I'm hot. Like, again, like, yeah, I ain't from here, but I am not a bitch, bro. Like, I am a grown man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, y'all like, bro, I can't go back. He's like, nah, because it's on the meter. So all they're going to say is that, you know, oh, like, that's what the tanks say. He's like, but they didn't reset it on purpose to keep running it up. And I'm like, them motherfuckers, man. Like, I wanted to handle business, is all I would say. And like, yeah, I get it. Like, I was like, man, I can't go back. And I could tell he was like, I told him like, man, this got me hot. I'm like, bro, I'm big on respect. Like, I'm like, you gotta think, man. I was like, it's the principle. I'm gonna give him the money. I was gonna give him a tip anyways. I'm like, yo, you scamming me. Like, dude, scamming me. I'm like, bro, you basically taking money out my wife and my daughter's mouth. I'm like, as a man, bro, that's disrespectful. And so I'm like, he like, nah, you know, like, I'm like, it took me a minute to calm down now. You know what I'm saying? I had to call my wife too, because she part of my peace. You know, she helped keep me calm in situations. And I'm not a hothead and like that. I just really don't like disrespect. And so after a while, man, like an hour before this before I even called my wife. But I was like, man, it took me about an hour. I said, you know what, man? I said, I'm gonna charge to the game. You know, I was teaching Amelia what that means. I was like, man, I'm gonna charge to the game. All right, so this is all still day one. So cool, we get to the hotel. End of day one, I done been damn near extorted. I done been stopped by one cartel. I done been searched, got my water in my hand. I done been searched by another one. And then I got scammed for more than double what the hell the gas cost, because it only should have cost me 600 pesos. I paid 1,300 pesos. 600 at most, because I actually had a little bit more than half.
Man, what? Look, I've been trying to be, you know me, I've been trying to be calm and document and be chill. Oh, you know, yay, the trip. Hey, man, look, today was fucking wild, bro. Fuck this. I gotta talk. Today was fucking crazy, bro. So turns out, right, yesterday, when I went to the border yesterday, I knew Buddy fucked my paperwork up. I knew he messed my paperwork up. Because I asked him multiple times, like, yo, where's this? Like, where's this? Oh, you know, you don't need that. You just need this. Okay, that's all I need. I don't need that, right? Nah. And then he gave me some wrong information. And his boss had to correct him. Man, these niggas let the pump on, bro, and ran the bitch up. And so I wouldn't have had no way to really fight it. Because me was like, you know, and I didn't, again, we already pulled out, but I wanted to go back whoop they fucking ass. Like, you know what I mean? I'm big on principle. Like, don't do nothing to nobody who ain't doing nothing bad to you. This is why people ain't fucking with their country or their states, because they doing dumbass shit like that. That's anywhere. That's America. That's anywhere. But like, people ain't gonna fuck with you or get no money back to the place if you always trying to do somebody wrong who's a good person. Why the fuck would I come back now? You make money one time, but you won't ever make it a fucking again. We pulled off, man. I'm hot by that shit. So I'm like, okay, now this just happened like maybe an hour and a half ago, 2 hours ago. So now I'm like, okay, fuck these niggas. I'm gonna get somebody 50 60, so 500. I'm still learning. I'm gonna give him 500 pesos. Keep that bitch moving, bro. So we ain't gonna be at full, but fuck that. I'm kiss my ass, bro. So all this happened literally, bro, in one fucking day. This is day one of the trip to Merida. Day fucking one. Shit is crazy. Day fucking one. Bro. Look, me and Miller, man, we was talking. I said, Lord knows, I hope this bitch is a lot smoother. I hope this was the worst of it, and it's only getting better. Because, boy, when I tell you, I was always like, man, I made the right decision. You know what I'm saying? The dollar already getting weak as a bitch. You know, the prices ain't going as far. I done fucked around, quit my job, put my notice in, 6-figure fucking salary. I know it's gonna be a day I look back a day soon. You know what I mean? But I'm like, man, I'm thanking God I left. You know, again, even if we ain't here forever, it's like, all right, cool. I took that chance, whatever. But right now, this ain't that fucking day. So I thank God for keeping me safe. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, God. Always stay prayed up. I prayed up on this. Got people, you know, watching my location, wife watching me. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Cartels. Shout out to my partners who hit me up, checking on me. But this shit won't hit. You know what I mean? So hopefully the rest of the trip goes super smooth, and you know, we get the Merida safe and sound. No more issues, no more stops, no more nothing. Man, first day of this road trip was fucking crazy through Mexico. Crazy. So I'm like, okay, cool. Pray to God it get better. So day 2, we get up. We got a whole route planned. We got backup routes just in case, right? And so, because again, 2, I'm good at trip planning. 1, because I'm good at planning. 2, used to own a trucking business, and so logistics planning and route planning and stuff, you always plan for contingencies, you know, things if they happen, you know, what you can do in backup, right? Just, you always want to be
as efficient as possible. Is that what these dogs at over here? That's probably what them dogs, them dogs on some bull stuff. And so I'm like, cool, it must be getting better, right? It gotta be. So we go, day 2, get up, no problem. We riding, cool, we smooth. I'm like, bet, man, like, we should be good. When I started, senor, I'm like, we should be good. And so we get up, riding for like we ride like 4 hours, smooth riding. So I'm like, okay, cool. And then we hit some traffic.
Here is gonna be yellow line. Doing the same thing.
Alright. So this was only like a few minutes.
Yeah, 8 minutes.
Yeah. Take that quick one.
Yeah.
Again, and hopefully they still let us through. So.
And the same trucks.
Yeah.
And the same.
Alright, so we out here, man. It's a little bit of traffic. A little bit is an understatement. It's a lot of traffic. You know what I'm saying? So just out here enjoying the view. Enjoying La Montanas. I don't know where the hell we at, truthfully. Somewhere like on the outskirts of like Mexico City. Not like the city, you know what I mean? I went around it with my phone. So if I look at the map, we're in Sahugan City, like the outskirts on that toll road. So this is where we at currently on the map. You know what I mean? So they go Mexico City. Boom. Zoom out a little bit. That's where I'm at. Yeah, dog. Just wait for this, man. You can look over here too. You can see, like, you know, it's clear past that, but there's like some kind of wreck that just happened. So this is why I always plan extra time. You know what I'm saying? Always plan extra time. And I didn't really know because I was driving, like I wasn't really checking my phone. But I had some texts and some WhatsApp messages. And then we get in traffic and he's like, oh yeah, it must be a wreck. You know, like Google Maps showed us a wreck. So he like, cool. It stands still, like it might take like 20 minutes. You know, we just get out. He's like, stretch your legs, whatever. He took him a smoke break. So I'm like, all right, cool. So we out there and in traffic, I'm just getting some air, stretching my legs, you know what I'm saying? We driving for hours every day. And I look at my phone and it's like, hey man, you know, like people who live here, like 5 years. Hey, how you doing? How the trip going? You know, has people text me like, hey, you know, you good? You make it? I'm like, no, I ain't make it. Like, bro, it's a 4-day trip. What you talking about? Text other people back. I had like maybe 3-4, you know, messages and texts. She said me like, yeah, I'm straight. Like I'm riding some traffic right now, whatever. And Emilio, my guy, he started getting phone calls. You know, that's how Spanish sound to us in English. And he like, oh, so he got the phone. He like, they got him. I said, what you talking about? He said, they killed El Mincho. I'm like, bro, who the fuck is that? Who the hell is El Mincho? I'm like, what's going on? He said, he's one of the top cartel guys in the country for the and I forgot which one was Jalisco, right? Like New Generation Cartel, Jalisco or something like that. And I'm like, wait, what? Yo, the road was shut down because they were blocking highways across all of Mexico. So on the news, this is the thing too, the news try to show you, oh, it's just Jalisco. No, bro, we were on the north part of like passing around Mexico City. They were blocking highways and roads across all of Mexico almost. The only state they really didn't was like Yucatan, which is where I'm at now. It's the safest state in all of Mexico because they had the Army and National Guard and police block all the entrances to come into Yucatan, and it was like stopping everybody. So that's why I wasn't jumping here. But as far as like everywhere else, bro, they was blocking it. So people make it sound like it was just Jalisco or Guadalajara for the news. They trying to downplay it. No, it was everywhere, bro. So we trying to get out, man. We can't. Highway shut down. Like, yeah, the highway can be shut down to tomorrow. We like, yo. So you supposed to only take the toll roads too when you travel through Mexico. Because the other ones, just being honest, man, like you can get jugged in a lot of places. And you start going through. You know what I'm saying? Like, depending on what you're driving, if you're driving like a truck or something like that can get stolen because they like trucks out here too. So that's purposely why I didn't bring nothing specific, right? I chose to drive one of our older cars that were paid for. I didn't say older, right? Just still good condition, but I chose to drive one of our Kia Optimas. I didn't have like no truck or nothing I wanted to get. I wasn't trying to buy one before we came or nothing crazy to fit more stuff because I was like, nah, I'm not about to get robbed. So and even then, I didn't have nothing on the top of the car outside it because I didn't want to look like a tourist or a damn gringo. So that's why we got so damn, I'm talking fast. That's why it got me intense about this stuff again. That's why we got rid of so much stuff because I was like, yo, I can't bring but so much. And also, I'm not carrying on the top to be a damn target at nighttime or at gas stations or whatever. I was like, nah. So whatever we could fit in the trunk, the back seat, that's it. So like I said, we brought, like I said at the beginning, we just brought the highest value items we could. Not in price, but like, value to us, like personal items, things like that, just to help us make the transition. So I'm like, yo, so he like, yeah, what you want to do? I'm like, man, I'm trying to figure it out. Like, I'm like, yo, ain't nobody playing for a fucking cartel member to be killed. Like, top one, I'm like, yo, okay. Stuff start getting shut down. There start being wrecks on all the maps, right? All of a sudden it's 2, then it's 3, then it's 4, then it's 7, then it's 9, 13. I'm like, yo. I'm like, bro, we ain't gonna make it to Cordoba. Cause we were trying to go to Cordoba for the hotel. I'm like, yo, we're not gonna make it, man. I said, just where the mountains were was like, that's actually where 13 came from. There were like 13 right there. 13 wrecks. Just where the mountains were. And I was like, bro, there is no way we're gonna make that. No way. So like, yo, we gotta find a stop. So I called my wife when I had some signal. Cause I kept running out of signal. I was like, baby, I said, as efficiently as you can, I said, I know you working. I said, please find me a hotel between here and here. I said, you can track the car, cause she had to log in to the tracker. I said, you could track us. I said, I might lose signal. I said, in case he got that dog again, man. I said, in case I lose signal, this is Emilio number. I said, call him. And I was like, other than that, just make sure we moving. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like she could do, I was letting her know, like, as long as we moving, we solid, right? And so I was like, all right, cool. So I'm like, yo, where we gonna go? So I'm looking, I'm like, okay, we gotta get in a hotel. I'm like, we couldn't even get off the highway, we stuck. So eventually, man, we start like moving a little bit. They letting a few people pass. They got some different routes. So I hop off the toll. We get to one road. He's like, let's go down here. I said, hell no. I was like, no. But let's start this. So I was like, yo, this road is not safe, bro. He's like, yeah, I mean, I was like, no, man. Again, he was real, like, he was playing checkers and I was playing chess. That's the best way I can say it. I'm like, bro, you know how much stuff I got on me? Like, you just got a book bag. I'm like, yo, no. I had a strong feeling like going down the road. So I turned around, he's like, what you want to do? I was like, man, I'm hopping back on this highway. I'm going to ride it down. They let people through right here. I said, it's clear enough for now. And so I was like, man, Nigga, that's a big ass, strong ass dog. Let's take this street too. Dog strong as hell. How a dog got basins voice? Let me go down the street. I don't think I've been out here yet. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna take this. I can see there's a little bit more blockage up there, but I'm gonna take it as long as I can. We're gonna figure it out. So boom, we rolling for like 10 minutes. We get to the second standstill by exit. But I'm like, all right, we had to get off to go through this small town, but it was better because I got to bypass a lot of the real sketchy stuff. Now, all of the high-key sketch, I'm not gonna lie to you, right? Coming from American places and just even other Mexicans, man, like, yo, I've had Mexicans I talked to since, like last night I was with a guy looking at some housing properties. He was like, oh man, like you drove, he's like, yo, you local, like man. I was like, brother, I'm like, you right, but I said, I'm gonna be honest with you. I said, you got to be a little crazy to make big dreams come true. And he's like, yeah, man, but you know, Let me put the GPS back in so I can go to the apartment or the condo. Let me put this thing in so we can go back. I am, about 7 blocks away. Boom. And so, cool. So, I'm like, man, so I'm figuring out on the fly everything. I'm like, all right, cool. Went to this town. I had enough gas. Man, no, I am not exaggerating. These little small towns in Mexico, if you ain't never been, they got so many speed bumps. These ain't regular speed bumps. These are big speed bumps that will fuck your car up.
La Scala 61. Oh, shit. This could be it.
So we going over this like, boom. I'm like, oh my God, what the hell? So we're going over them. I'm trying to hit my angles. Sometimes I don't have room because there's so many, like all the traffic from the interstate is going through these little small towns that ain't meant for, in the mountains. So we up there, I'm losing signal. We stopping and people like, hey, wasn't there gas? They like, back that way. It's like, where's the next one? Town's like an hour, 15 away. I'm like, nah, we gotta turn around, bro. Like we only like a couple minutes away. Turn around, go get gas again, no problem. By this point, I ain't saying fill up no more. After the other day, I'm gonna give everybody quinientos, 600, right? Like I'm telling people, give me 500, 600 pesos, that's it. So that way they got to set it, and I'm staring at everybody now. I ain't got scammed. I said, hell nah. So we going through, and I'm like, bro, I just need to get to safety, man. Meanwhile, my wife found me a hotel. So she found me, and God, that house is nice. Jesus. Good God Almighty. I don't know if I can get it or not, but I'm trying to be discreet. And so she found a hotel. She gave me 2 options. So I look at one. I'm like, nah, that's in the city center. Stuff is too hot right now. You know what I mean? People riding, they burning cars, they doing all type of shit. I said, nah. So it was one like it was kind of ducked off right the tollway. I said, let's go here. So we finally make it there after driving through all these little small towns, hitting these bumps in the mountains. Boom, we get back on. I mean, we get on the highway that's not blocked off, a portion of it. And I make it to this place. And man, I'm low-key like, man, fuck. You know, I'm like, I was chilling, but during this thing, there was one time I got nervous. I won't sad. I won't happy, bro. Like I was like getting numb because I'm like, yo, never in my life have I went through this much stuff, such a short period of time. I was just numb. And there was like 2 points where I was like, at one point I was nervous. And at one point I was just like, I was, which part? Oh, I'm gonna tell you the and there was one more part coming up. One following days where I was like, heart pounding. I'm like, oh my God, this might be it. And so after all this happened, man, they burning cars, you know, they doing this, blocking roads. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. So I said, all right, man. I said, we finally got there. It's like an industrial place, like a ghost town, bro. Ghost town. We pull up to the hotel, and the parking lot is fully open. I'm like, bro, are they closed? So we hit a little intercom, but they got gates up. They like, you know, hey, you know, blah, 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 blah. We asking like, hey, you know, he asked in Spanish, are there any rooms available? She's asking, oh, let me check. I look, I said, what the hell you mean check? Ain't no car in this parking space. So then they didn't say that, they just opened the gate up, went in. Mind you, make it worse, man. All this stuff that happened, they didn't kill Buddy, right? It's windy, it's dark. It's actually getting cold, because it ain't hot in every part of Mexico. Every part of Mexico is different. Some of them get freezing. It's cold and windy, because we woke up next morning with 31 degrees. And so, it's a nice crib. I'm about to call about that joint. Sheesh, I'm about to call about that crib. Look up houses now too. And so I was like, yo. So we got in, paid for the room. Room expensive as a mug. We in Mexico. I paid over $150 for this room. So you can imagine, you know what I'm saying, how much it was. But it was, I mean, ain't gonna lie, it was nice. I had great breakfast, making me custom omelets. You know what I'm saying? I had a suite, double suite, 2 beds in that joint. So it was solid. But I'm like, man. So after that night, I was just like, all right, man. To be 100% completely honest, I'm like, bro, I don't even know what could happen at this point. Because I'm like, yo, it's already been, that's hilarious, bro. We're playing something. And so I'm like, bro, I don't know what could happen at this point, man. Where the building at, dog? It's hot. I need some water. Yeah, let me check the GPS real quick. Oh, I got a minute. Damn, I've been walking for a minute. All right. And so I'm like, yo, I don't know what could happen. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, bro, because you got to think, right? In a matter of less than, 30 hours, 36 hours, I had been almost extorted, stopped by the cartel, searched by one, like get out the car, search, scammed, and now they have killed one of the top cartel people. And I am a foreigner in Mexico, and I'm not even halfway to my destination. So I'm gonna be honest with you, like that night, me and my wife, I monitor 90% of our finances and investments because I'm good at it. I went and got every investment account, every bank account, put all my logins and password. And I didn't want to scare her, but I was like, baby, I said, I put all our information in this note. I said, do you have access to it? And she said, she looked and she said, yeah. All I said was, I said, okay. And that's it. Cause I ain't want to scare her, but at that moment, I was like, bro, I might die. Like, I might not make it out of here. And I was like, God, yo, this can't be how I end. Like, I'm like, man, 29, bro. Like, I'm just working to better my family life. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, it can't be how I end. But I'm like, all this stuff happening, bro. I'm like, what else? Like, what else could happen? So I'm praying like it's over. I'm praying it's over. I'm like, next morning, we decided to change it. I'm like, yo, look, a lot of places the roads still blocked, but the police and National Guard doing they could to clean them up. And so I was like, all right, look, we're gonna have a short day tomorrow. The last day was originally supposed to be the short day. I said, we're gonna have a short day tomorrow. Go ahead and be safe at the hotel. And then they should give them time to clean up the rest of the blockages, which I'm glad we did, because there was still a few blockages, like burnt cars and stuff on the road. And they cleared them up by the other morning. So the third night, man, everything's smooth. Or second night, rather. Technically, like, night. But the third day driving, everything's smooth. Get to the small town. I forgot what it's called, like Mina Hichuan or something like that. Mina Hichuan in Veracruz. But it was cool. Walked around a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Walked a few stores and in the hotel before dark. No problem. So, all right, cool. So then we get up. This is the start. When is this? We get to the start of the fourth day or whatever, right? The days losing count. But the following day. So very first day is leaving the drive through Mexico. That's the extortion, 2 cartel stops, scam. Second day, they kill the cartel dude. Third day is a short day. So there won't much that really happened. You know what I'm saying? And it was smooth. So I'm like, bet we should be good for this fourth day. Fourth day, we get up, we riding. And it's just like, in the back of my mind, like I'm praying, bro, but like I got this feeling like, man, something off, bro. We riding, and it's like, it's obviously debris and stuff all in the road. And there's like the roads in Veracruz, if you've never been to Veracruz, they bumpy as hell. Like, would tear your car up. And so potholes everywhere, rough roads, and these are the toll roads. These ain't the free roads. And Tabasco the same way. So we riding, man, and it's just like stuff just happening. Like, it's bumpy, okay, cool. It just feel off. And then there's this big old piece of wood that come out the road. I don't know how it come out the road. I don't know where it came from, whatever. Hits my car. Boom, I'm talking like big piece of wood. I gotta run over it because it came out of nowhere. Again, I don't know what happened, where it came from. Somebody threw it, what? Boom, boom, hit it. And I'm like, what the heck, bro? I'm talking about like, you know something messed up, but like I'm not stopping in Mexico. You know what I'm saying? So we riding. I'm passing people. I'm just trying to get where we going safe, man. Like, this is the last day to get there. We was gonna have a long drive. Since we had a short one, we was gonna make up for it. Had like a 10-hour drive and get to Merida. And so, this is where we at. I think this one. So that's how we was gonna make up for it. And so, we get there. I mean, we're riding, excuse me. We're riding, hit that drum, like, what the hell? So we're riding, passing people, riding like normal. And all of a sudden, I'm like, yo, what the hell? Bro, my car went out. And literally, I'm like, oh my gosh. And this is what I was telling y'all, and I said there's a part where I got nervous. This was it. My heart started beating because at this point, we are in the middle of Tabasco, one of the roughest states in all of Mexico. And I had messages telling me, do not stop in Tabasco if you can help it. I'm like, oh my God, bro. And like I said, this ain't America, bro. This ain't like, we got small towns around, we got advanced autos, mechanics. Like, yo, we an hour and a half away from the next town, not city, town. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, this joint is beautiful. So I'm like, all right, bro. All right. And I'm just trying to figure it out at that point. I'm sorry. All right. Okay. What do we do? Think, James, think. So I had to calm myself down. I was out of about 30 seconds. Like 15, 30 seconds. I'm like, heart beating. I'm like, oh God, boy, this might be it. Lord. I'm like, my baby, my wife. I said, okay, cool. It's my baby, my baby and my wife. I'm like, cool, well, they got insurance money. God forbid. I'm like, man, I can't go out like this. Like, I'm just like, this cannot be how it is. What the hell is the building? She gonna go what? Let me see. I done passed the damn building. All right. Up one, over one. All right, man. So this one should be it. I don't know how I passed the building. And so I'm like, oh man, this might be it. So we rolling, and we finally make it to a town called Frontera. We finally made it to Frontera. I'm talking about, I had to drive like 30 miles an hour so the engine ain't cut off. I'm a car guy, so I said the car, it's over. We get there and I had a code pop up and I had an engine light that was flashing and blinking. And I'm like, yo, what? I ain't seen this. So again, I had all my car tools, but I didn't know where my scanner was at. We found out later, and you're gonna hear that too. But I couldn't find my scanner. And so I'm like, all right, man, cool. So we go to a small town, like, baby, call my wife again. Well, I had some signal. I said, baby, we're about to come to this town. I said, hey, can you look for somebody? I won't never try to make her nervous. So I won't never give her all the details, just enough. You know what I mean? No, I was straight and stuff, but I was like, baby, I need you to find a mechanic and auto part shop in this town. So she looking, because Emilio want no help. He like, yeah. He was no help, man. Like, I thank God for him, you know what I mean? Great guy. He definitely did a great job translating, but he was no help when it came to like problem solving. All he kept saying was like, low-key annoying. So what do you want to do? Every time something happened, what do you want to do? I'm like, bro. And I was like, man, I'm going through the situation at the same speed and time you are. Let me figure it out. That's what did it. We get to Frontera and we go to the auto shop, and I get out and I see the front of my car tore up. That big piece of wood had tore the lights, the bottom lights off the car, the grill hanging off. I'm like, yo, oh my gosh, bro. So I'm like, all right, dude. I'm like, man, let me just get like this situated. So I'm gonna finish this. Let me get inside and we're gonna finish this. Whew, man, all right. I had to get some water, wipe my head. It's sweat, man, it's hot out here. So, all right, so where was I at? Oh yeah, so we in Frontera, and small town, and this is a small town. It's like small town. And you gotta think, we in Mexico. This ain't no resort. Already every city is like regular, but this is a town. So now by this point, we good on time. It's maybe 9. I think we get there like 9 o'clock, and so we stayed there like an hour. Went to the mechanic. I'm thinking I pray to God it's a spark plugs. Cause I told my wife, I said, baby, I need you to be my eyes in the sky. So she was kind of that dude from Kim Possible, you know what I'm saying? Y'all remember the little smart guy on the computer? Little dude. So my wife was like, my eyes in the sky. Like, baby, can you search what a blinking light, engine light means on a Kia Optima? And so she was like, it's an engine fail. And I'm like, okay, can a spark plug cause that? Now, it didn't feel like it, but I was helping, maybe it's a misfire, because I was going fast. Like, out there, I was averaging 90 miles an hour at some points. It depends on where you're at, but sometimes you have a straight road for 100 miles. And long as there's no police around, you can just floor it. And so, but I'm like, yo, I'm hoping maybe a spark plug went out or something cool. So I went to the shop and I asked for spark plugs. So they'll translate for me. And they give me some, and again, if you don't speak the language, if you're not adept, it's inevitable you're going to get gringo, right? You're going to try to get got until you just fluent. It's just always going to happen. That's the culture. That's Mexicans themselves tell me that. So they pull some up and they say it's 1,200 something pesos. And it's it goes to premium. I'm like, the hell? Man, I don't need all that. I'm like, yo, how much is the regular ones? And it's $250. I'm like, for all 4? They're like, yeah. I'm like, 20% of the price? And I'm like, cause my wife has a 4-seater. I'm like, man, I'm like, let me get the 4, man. I don't need this right here. This is for backup. So also we pay the mechanic. He scanned. He's like, yeah, you got a code. It's like a P. I forgot what it was. A P1 something, but a knock sensor code. And like I said, mind you, I couldn't find my I had looked through my car and where my ratchet, my toolboxes, all that stuff was. I couldn't find my scanner. Yo, I know I have my scanner somewhere, but car packed down. I played Tetris with the car. So I just paid him money. He's like, yeah, I can clear it. I'm like, hold on, man, clear it ain't gonna fix it. I'm like, that's gonna clear it. So we talked about it, you know what, man? He's like, well, it's locked up right now. If I clear it, it might unlock the engine. Basically, maybe you can get where you're going. Maybe it was the bumps on the road and knocked it off. So we're like, all right, cool. So I'm taking it real easy through the town. We get right on the main road. We 2 blocks away. Doom, come back on. I'm like, oh my God. Because I wasn't able to basically raise my RPMs. So I had to stay 2 RPMs under driving. I'm like, yo. So he saying, here go Emilio again. So what do you want to do? He keep talking about some trying to go, but we 5 hours away from Mérida at this point. No. We over 6 hours away from Mérida at this point. Yeah, we over 6 hours away from Mérida. He's like, what do you want to do? I'm like, man, we going back. What you mean? We can't drive like this, bro. We in the middle of nowhere. And look up Frontera in Tabasco in Mexico. And you can see it's jungle around it, bro. It's not much. Before it ain't much after it till you get to Ciudad del Carmen. I'm like, yo, we going back. We still got time. I got to get some kind of fix. So we go back. It's getting late by this point now. It's 10 o'clock, 11. Something it's starting to set on us now, right? Time. But I'm like, all right, bro, we can still make it, no problem. We maybe an hour and a half behind schedule, no problem. We can get there 5 p.m. We should still be there by 6, 15, whatever at the time. We turn around, talk to Buddy. He like, yeah, I cleared it, talking in Spanish. Again, Emilio is not trying to really resolve. He's just translating. I'm like, bro, tell him this. So I'm like, look, man, tell him look,
we ain't gonna make it like this. Like, what can he do? You know what I'm saying? So he checking the car. He's like, look, man, I just paid him. He's like, look, I ain't gonna charge you again. You know, let me scan it, see if it pop back up, whatever. He checked the engine, dude. There's no oil on the stick, cause he reset it. And he kept hearing it, like the click. He like, all right, yeah, it's messed up, the motor. And he started checking stuff out, and he get to that. He's like, there's no oil in the car. And I'm like, yo, I think the daggone stick that hit the car, when it went up, I think it punched like a hole in something. So I walk back to the block to get the oil from the automotive shop. So I had some on me too. Again, I had told you I had emergency oil. I took all the precautions. So I found one. I didn't know where the other was at, because obviously it's a heated moment. So I found one. We pour it. He check it. Still dry. I'm like, dang. So I go to the store. I go buy 4. I'm like, man, just give me forget the. I ain't looking at money, none of that. Yo, I need my life. All right, bet. Give me 4 quarts. The car only holds 5. So I'm like, yo, give me 4 quarts. Man, we put a total of 3.5 quarts in that junk before the oil started getting to the right level. The car was running on 1.5 quarts of oil after that joint hit. So what happened was it ran dry and the heat blew the engine up. And I was like, my God, bro. So we put oil in there. He cleared it again. He was like, you know, you should be able to make it to Merida. Like I said, we're 6 hours away. And so in kilometers and miles, I think it's like, I don't know. I think miles might be like 300 miles or something like that away. Like a minute. He like, but if it start getting louder, it's a wrap. So I gotta drive slow the whole time. So for the most part, we doing solid. Like we get up there, if I can maintain the speed, I can get about 40, 50 miles an hour. So we riding for like 20 minutes, cool. I'm like, all right, man, this may work. This may work, right? Dude, we get to a checkpoint, and I see them green pants and them black tops in Tabasco, in one of the most dangerous states in Mexico. And this time, these jokers are extra deep and bigger. And I'm just like, oh goodness. I said, bro, here we go again, yo. And now my car messed up, right? Mind you that. So I didn't want to cut the car off. Like I'm going there, I'm keeping the car running. I'm like, yo, if I cut off, I might not be able to cut it on. Thankfully I was, but now I knew the engine was fried. I was like, damn. So I won't try to waste no time. Had no extra wear on it from cranking it, nothing. So they like, you know, hey, slow down, stop. You know, what you doing? Sort of typical stuff. Pull over. We pull over, back in. I'm hoping like, okay, cool, like last time, like the second guys, the first guys didn't search me, right? The first cartel the first day. The second guys, they searched me, but they didn't pull everything out. They were more so looking because they didn't want to repack the whole car. I told you, my car was packed down like Tetris, bro. Like I had some bags that weighed 140 pounds. 140 pounds. I bought them big duffel bags, and strong ones you can like ship. And they had 140, 150 pounds in them. So I'm picking these up by myself, putting them in the car. So they want to take all that out. Nah, these guys, bro, they did not care. These guys took, bro, when I say everything, like y'all know I'm a big reader. Before we moved to America, I sold over 100 of my books on my bookshelf in my library. Bro, I still got a box of books, like heavy. It's probably like 70 pounds. Like some of my top books, some top bangers. They took my books out. They took all my bags out. They went down to the spare tire, which is where I found my OBD scanner, because when the cartel guy took the spare tire, he took all the kitchen equipment, my clothes, my tools. I saw my OBD scanner and they took that out. I'm like, yo, pens, highlighters, bro. And then I'm like, dude, like it took me hours to pack this like this. I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna be able to pack it. And Emilio was like, you know, it's okay, we'll fix it. Really, that just mean, man, let's get the fuck out of here. So again, like I said, I was like, I'm stoned. I'm numb, bro. Because after you go through so much stuff, man, like your life, for the first time in my life, man, like 29 years old, my life flashed before my eyes. Day 2. And I was really like, bro, I had for the first time accepted death. Like, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna wake up I'm gonna make it to the next day. So at this point, like I said, the whole trip, I was already calm, but I was numb. Like, won't scared, won't nervous. And that's 100% honest, because like, when you think you're gonna die, what's there to fear, bro? Like it's like I got to see a part of life I had never experienced before, man. Like there's so much I've seen from this, but to keep going, they searching everything, pots, pans, everything. And I'm just like, bro.
took my guitar out, took everything. And I didn't notice till later, but Buddy said in Spanish, and he was like, yeah, you know, he's like, he said he asked, did he have anything? Like, you got any drugs, large sums of money, or any guns? I was like, nah. And he asked all the questions, like, yeah, I know you don't. I'm just asking because they want me to ask you. I'm like, nah, I got none of that. Dude looked at him and said, you understand, if we find anything, it ain't gonna be good for y'all, right? And I was like, that's crazy. So Buddy basically, they ain't say he threatened us, he strongly promised us. And so, man, then they start trying to pack stuff up. They packing it wrong. I'm like, yo, can I do it? Like, bro, like, y'all not gonna be able to pack this car. I'm the one who pack. They try to throw stuff in it like, oh, we professionally do it every day. I'm like, yeah, not with me, bro. Like, I packed this car. After like 5 minutes, they couldn't get it packed. I'm like, yo, can I do it? I ain't want to annoy Buddy, you know, Cartel dude. But I'm like, brave man, can I pack it? Like, yo, can you ask him? Like, yeah, go ahead. So I patch it up, do what I can, make sure the trunk closed. We put the rest in the back. Couldn't see now because they didn't pack it like I had it. So I couldn't really see out the back window. But I'm like, yo, I'll fix it at the gas station. Like, we just got to keep going. Mind you, the car's still messed up right now. So we just trying to get going, right? I'm trying to get out the hell out to Tabasco, number one. Because once you get to Campeche, you are safe. Like, Campeche and Yucatan are the safe states in Mexico. Like, you are safe, you're good. Ain't nothing else crazy going to happen to you. God forbid, right? But those are the safe grounds. So I'm like, yo, let's just get the Ciudad del Carmen. Let's get over this bridge, and let's just go. And so we go, bro. We driving, and we hit these small towns. Like I told you earlier, small towns in Mexico have a shit ton of speed bumps. Now, that's no problem with a regular car. The issue is, because the car's messed up, if I have to keep slowing down and starting, it's putting more wear on the engine. I got to maintain one speed. So I'm like, yo. So we go over like at least 15 speed bumps. I'm like, yo, this ain't good. Because I can hear the noise the guy was talking about, the mechanic, getting louder.
I don't know if I can make it an hour to a gas station. Is there?
No. Maybe 15 minutes. I think 15 to 20 or something. It's in this, at the end of this town that we are gonna pass.
At the end?
At the end, yeah. Just at the very end of the town. Yeah. It's gonna be a gas station.
I'm about to pull over now and add them some. Check it.
I'm like, oh shit, bro. And we still a grip from Ciudad. Like, we getting closer. We probably like 30 minutes now from Ciudad del Carmen. So he's like, yeah, like we just got a little bit longer, you know, a little bit longer to the city, we be fine, right? And so that was bullshit because we end up having another 3 miles of speed bumps, probably 15 more, probably 20. And I'm not exaggerating, man. Like, they literally have in Mexico, they will have a speed bump, and 25 feet in front of you, they got a speed bump. Not yards, feet. Like, you're just gonna keep going over them. Then it might be 20 yards, you hit another one. 20 more yards, another one. 25 feet, another one. It's like, they just sporadic. And I'm like, bro. So we finally get through that, like 25 total speed bumps. We riding. So I'm able to get slowly up from like 5 miles an hour to 10. I'm able to hit about 40 comfortably. I'm like, okay, cool. He look at the map. He like, damn. I'm like, what? He like, it's another town coming up. I'm like, bro. I was like, the car can't do another town, bro. He's like, it's just the last one. I'm like, you don't gotta tell me. I said, I'd keep walking if I was a damn car. So I'm not the car, bro. Like, the engine's done. So we get through, man, and by this point, it's knocking. But I can see the bridge of Ciudad del Carmen. I'm like, okay, cool, yo, we right here. We already crossed the state lines of Campeche. I'm like, bet, we good, bro. We just gotta make it. We just gotta make it to make it. We good. But I'm like, I had already called my wife after the cartel searched the shit out of the car. Once we crossed over to Campeche, that's right before the Campeche line, before the small town, I called my wife. I said, baby, we're about 45 minutes out or so from that point. I said, I need you. Like, again, I'm playing chess, so like, this is how I move in life. I already knew we won't make it to Merida. He kept talking about some going. I'm like, bro, you smoking crack cocaine if I'm about to pass Ciudad del Carmen and break the hell down in the middle of nowhere for real. Ain't no tow company coming, ain't no damn AAA. You stuck, bro. I'm like, yo, we not. I'm like, bro, no. Like, so what we gonna do? I'm like, dude, I'm trying to figure it out. Like, and he won't even ask like he was worried. He was just annoyingly asking. Like, I'm like, dude, I don't know, brother. Like, but I'm gonna figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just give me some time. He's like, okay. And like I said, man, great sport. I appreciate him. That's my guy. You know, he an old head, like 53. Cool guy, man. You know, he basically my honorary Theo now. But in the moments, man, like you gotta either help problem solve or just like stop talking, bro. And so, but I'm like, I call my wife. I said, hey, baby, look, we about 45 minutes from C.Carmen. I said, I need you to find me a tow company. I said, I got to figure out what it costs if I break down. I said what I said originally was to get me to tow me to C.Carmen to Merida so I can get the car to the shop. Because I knew we won't make it to Merida. I knew we won't. We won't go make it to Campeche, the city, because we were in the state Campeche. So in Mexico, fun fact, they have a lot of the states and cities that have the same exact name. So like Veracruz is a city, there's a Veracruz state, there's a Campeche city, Campeche state. Like, you know what I mean? That's how they do it. So I was like, yo, I know we're not making it to Campeche, the city. We damn sure ain't making it to Merida. We get to the bridge, and the thing is with these hills, RPMs increase. And I was like, yo, we going up, and it start doing this, and it just say, doom. I hit the gas, ain't nothing going. I said, oh my God.
Just please call them.
Yeah.
That big hill, man. Yeah, motor's done. I'm just trying to get off the bridge.
Yeah.
You feel it?
Yeah, I feel it.
Yeah. Oh no. That's it.
That?
That's it. Dead. Did you reach him?
Bueno. No.
Hey, the car died.
He's like, what? I said, the car's done. He's like, I'm like, yo, it's done, bro. Like once I parked it and cut it off, we on the ramp, on the daggone bridge. The only thing good about this was, it was beautiful. It was beautiful because it was the beach. So I broke down in one of the prettiest places you can be broken down there. But it sucked. Now I'm in Mexico. I don't speak the language. Car broke it down. I have no clue what to do. And we are 5 hours away now from Merida. And I'm like, bro, what the hell is going on? Like, what's going on, bro? I'm like, yo, I'm a good person. I ain't doing nothing. I'm like, and I had told God, I'm just being honest, I'm a big man of faith, a big man. I had just read the book of Job before we came out here. I just read the book of Job. I've just finished Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, the book of James, going through Matthew right now. And then I read Job, and I was studying it. And one of the biggest things about Job talks about his character, and talks about how at the very beginning, how he had good character. And summed up, you can go read it. I'm not trying to like be on theology and like that with y'all, you know what I'm saying? But like, you can go read it. But the moral is, he was a guy of good character, and God was testing him throughout that, right? And letting things happen back to back to show it was God's doing. And he got to the point, he never dropped his faith, but he was questioning why. And I had got to the point during this journey, I had said straight up to God, I was talking, I was like, God, I'm still here, I still believe. I was thanking God every day, man. Every day I was still thanking God, even with the extorting, the scam, the cartel searching, the cartel guy getting killed. I was thanking God every day. But like after this, I got to the point, I was like, God, I said, I don't know why it's going on. I said, I'm still here. I said, I'm gonna be honest with you. My faith right now is the size of mustard seed. I said, I ain't got much more in me. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, like, and it's even in the videos, like I was recording this, like as stuff was happening. Cause something just kept telling me to document. I was like, man, like, and I mean, I think a part of it too was like, God forbid if I ain't make it, maybe my wife or family will see, the footage and like have some kind of peace, or at least know I tried everything I could. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have no clue, but maybe something like that. And so I was like, all right, man, like, okay, all right, like, well, dang. So my wife sent some tow companies. She sent 3 or 4. She said 4 total. Only one answered. None of the rest of them answered. And we were calling from, Mexico number. I was getting Miller to call and speak. He's like, yeah, you want me to ask him now, or we should? And I was like, you gonna ask me? Like, nah, let's wait. So I'm like, all right. So we're waiting 30 minutes on the bridge. It's 18 wheelers passing by and everything. Vroom, like Mexico, they different. So one of them passed so close, bro, they about to hit. I said, okay, I ain't trying to die on this bridge. I said, nah, hold on, this ain't about to be the end of the story now. I mess around, I break down the bridge, 18 wheeler come hit me, I die or get hit in the water and drown. Like, people like, can you swim? I say I can survive. You know what I'm saying? But it's ocean water, sharks. I ain't flipper. I ain't swimming like that now. Because if I start swimming, I can't stop. I got to keep going. Like, that's how I swim. I can't tread water. So we get out. I'm like, man, I'm just staying here so that way nobody hit the car, destroy all the stuff, you know what I mean, kill us, none of that stuff, right? So I get out, and eventually he got a shirt he had was red. He started waving it, you know what I mean, like construction people. So we stop in traffic and all type of stuff. And I'm just like, yo, what's going on right now, bro? I'm like, this can't be real. Like, this stuff can't be real. I'm breaking down 5 hours from the joint. We done drove 3.5 days. Cartel. I'm like, I done got searched, extorted. I'm like, yo, this can't be real. Like, this ain't real life. This is a fucking movie. And so I'm like, yo, so the tow guy finally get there. The only one to answer. And I'm like, look, he's like, hey, stay over here. I'm gonna talk to him. Because he's like, if they hear you talk, they gonna try to tax. So he's like, look, you just ride in the car on the back, and I'm gonna ride in the truck with him and talk to him and see what it costs to go to Merida. Because I was like, yo, figure it out. Like, he's like, what you want to do? I was like, we got to get to Merida, bro. Like, I gotta pay them what they want. Like, I'm not staying. I'm like, we can't stay here. I'm like, that's it. I'm like, it's 2 options, bro. I'm saying it's 3. Stay here, pay somebody from Merida to come here, which they're not going to do because I gotta send somebody money first. I'm not sending somebody thousands to before they come. I said, or I got to get these guys enough money to make it worth their time to take me all the way to another state.
Well, look at this, man. I done broke down, bro, in Mexico. Just finally, the tow company finally came. I blew a motor because the car, I don't know if it was from all the debris in the road or what. Something hit my engine pan. What happened? The car, we found out after the fact, ran out of oil. So as I was riding, of course, the engine got hot and blew. We got enough oil in this place called like Frontera in Tabasco. So I got oil. I got the guy to clear the code, which didn't do anything. He cleared it twice. It helped the second time, maybe 20 minutes. And I got oil, and I had to put 3.5 quarts of oil in there. That's how low it was. Then I put a filler in there to seal the block. Well, now the motor's done, the engine's gone. I gotta get a whole new engine for this car. Now we're trying to figure out. We in Ciudad del Carmen. Thank God we got through. On the way through, we also got stopped and searched by the third cartel. A third cartel, and this time they took every fucking thing out. So as you can see, all my shit is all around the place. My guitar I can't hardly see. I don't really know what much is at because they took everything out. One of the cartel ladies tried to take my tools. And then she's like, well, I don't want to take them. You know, I give them dos cientos, 200 pesos. I'm like, Emilio told me after the fact. I'm like, bro, them shits cost like 1,400 pesos. Like, they cost me like $80 US dollars at the time of conversion. So it's like, man, all this is happening, bro. I'm not going to hold you, dog. This is really a Job experience, bro. I read this before the Bible. I don't know what's going on right now. Like, I got, just document for myself, man. Like, I know there's gonna be a day. I still got faith, man. Everything going on, I still got faith in God, bro. I know God is not allowing this stuff to happen to me for no reason, but man, it's tough, man. This shit is tough right now, bro. It's been one thing after another, man. Like in this trip, bro, my life, man, my life has been, I've had flashes of my life. Let me say that, man. I'm very careful with my words. I've seen my life flash, bro. Like, they killed one of the top narcos guys, the cartel guys, bro. The second day I'm here, I've been stopped and searched 3 times. Like, bro, this shit don't make sense, dog. I don't understand what's going on. And it's like the book of Job, bro. Like, I haven't done anything, bro. I don't have no evil in my heart, bro. I ain't did nothing to nobody. Like, I don't understand what's going on. I don't know why God is doing this, allowing this, or what. But man, I'm keeping my faith, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. It's definitely a test during this time, man. Like, I'm really just riding through Mexico on the back of a tow truck, bro. And we're still 5 hours from Merida. Now I gotta figure out how to get to Merida because all our stuff is here. So first I gotta, okay, we got the tow, thank God we here. This is another major city, this is the last one. Then I gotta figure out, okay, how do we get to Merida? I can't transfer money, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause I don't have a Mexican bank. I only have so much cash left on me, I've been spending it left and right. And even if I transfer to Emilio, his US bank, he transferred to his Mexican bank, it would take a minute because it's a new transfer to go to him. And so I'm just trying to figure out, like, you know, what to do. Literally, bro. I mean, literally. I can't even pull that much money out of the ATM, that, you know what I mean? Like, so, I don't know what the hell to do right now, man. So he talked to him, he texted me like, hey man, they said it's gonna be, you know, 16, like it's 1,200 for the regular tow, and it's gonna be like basically 17,000 and some change, almost 18,000 pesos. I'm like, damn. I'm like, yo, is that the best they can do? Cause I mind you, I still gotta get the car fixed and everything. So I'm like, yo, I'm just spending money. Cause like, man, this last little bit, I'm just like, hey, whatever it costs, I'm spending it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, dang, bro, like, you know what I mean? And it gets over $1,000, like US dollars. So I'm like, damn, shit, I ain't even got nothing done. Like, so I'm like, okay, man, that's the best they can do. So he like, we talking, and he's like, yeah, they said originally 19, but they said they do it for 16.5 plus that 1,200. It's like, you know, again, like 17,700, exact amount, 17,700 pesos. So I'm like, man, all right, whatever, like, let's do it. He's like, what you, he's like, I'm like, bro, I'm paying it, like, let's go. So I'm like, yo, can they take us 2 days? Like 2 days? Like, yeah. So we going like, yo, the only thing too is the problem here. They accept cash or bank transfer. I'm an American citizen, bro. I don't have a Mexican bank account. So I'm asking like, yo, I don't have it. They take card. They like, they don't have a card reader. I'm like, yo, you got to be shitting me. Like, there's no way. Like I said, again, Emilio, thank God for him, bro, but he was not like a problem solver. So he just translating, you know, and like he playing, like I said, I'm playing chess, he playing checkers. He like, yeah, you know, they blah, blah, blah. So he like, you know, I'm like, yo, what can I do? I'm like, bro, I'm willing to pay them whatever they just said. I'm like, bro, I don't have a bank account. Yeah, you know, I'm like, man, yo, can I go? He's like, yeah, come on. I'm like, man, translate what I say. And so I'm telling him to talk to the owner. I'm like, and she had a son, luckily. He understood a lot of English, so we basically like on the same wavelength. He spoke more English than I spoke Spanish, but we were able to communicate back and forth between English and Spanish. I was like, you know, senora, like I'm willing to pay, like, but I physically don't have a bank account here. I can't transfer money. Even if I would have sent money to my man Emilio, it would have took days because of transfer to his U.S. bank. Cause he used to drive like taxes and stuff in the U.S., so he still got U.S. bank, U.S. number. Transferred to his U.S. bank, because they didn't go to his Mexican, then go to somebody else, would have took days, would have been stuck there. I'm like, nah, Jack, we got to get to Merida now. Like, we got to get to the safe ground, get to the crib, you know what I'm saying? And so, I'm like, yo, y'all got PayPal? Something like PayPal? Like, yeah, PayPal, you got PayPal? Like, why something? Yeah, PayPal, oh. So they had been using, so they set it up. So I'm waiting, time ticking now, you know what I mean? Now it's like 12 or something like that, like 12 o'clock. Like, we losing time today, 12:30, whatever, like 12:30 now. Losing time in the day. Then they go like to 1. They trying to set it up and they can't. So like they finally get it set up. I scan it, type in the money, right? It's almost like $1,100, whatever. For like just a good toll, whatever. I'm paying it, no problem. Put it in. The recipient cannot receive money. I'm like, yo, you got to be playing right now. And he like, I'm like, that's like it's saying you can't receive money. So he fidgeting with it. Woo. Try it again. Yo, we tried 4 times, it working. I'm like, bro. I'm like, dog, I can't get this much money at the ATM. I'm like, man, I was like, yo, I got like, and I was been 100. I got like 5,000 pesos left on me. I was like, can I give you all 5 just to get me there? I'm like, I can get you the money. I was like, the money ain't a problem. I'm like, but I can't transfer bank. There's like, there's some more companies who got a car. I'm like, no. I was telling Emilio, like, Emilio said that. I was like, bro, they the only person who answered. They the only person. I'm like, we cannot leave this place. He's like, so what we gonna do? I'm like, bro. We are going to figure out how to pay them. Simple. Like, I got to get out. Like, we got to get to Merida, dog. I'm like, you can't. And I was like, because if I didn't pay, or if I paid only the $1,200, they're going to drop my car in the middle of the city, right across, or town, whatever city. The city down there, the city. Right across from the tow shop. Just literally tow you, drop you. I'm like, nah, they got to at least tow us to a hotel. Something like, you want to a hotel? I'm like, no.
I'm like, bro, we gonna get this money. I'm like, I'm gonna figure it out. So like, I kept working with him. It took like maybe 2.5 hours. In the sun, man, we out there just like, and like, but it was patient because again, I was about to get him a payday. Like I probably pay their rent for the damn month. You know what I'm saying? Because I paid him a total like almost 20,000 pesos, 17.7. Plus I gave some tips too. You know what I mean? Like just looking out for, you know, people for looking out for me. So I gave some cash tips when we got 2 Merida. Finally, bro, it go through. His mom did something, and she was like, Charles, like, please, Lord. And it came out, I was like, oh, she's like, where? I was like, hold on. I was like, tal vez, like maybe. Clicked it, went through. I said, yes, Lord. Boom, got it. I said, can we go now? They're like, yeah, I see. So they swapped the trucks, because they had an old one that had picked us up from the bridge. They swapped the trucks, and they went and got this new one. Man, bro, I was so relieved, dog. But I was just like, again, I was numb. I was just like, what the heck? Like, again, my mom, like, I'm numb. My breast can't be real. I done broke down. I've been searched. Cartel, the last one, the worst search. I was like, it was just getting like worse, bro. Car went out. Got to get a whole new engine now. Got to figure out either got to buy a new car here or get another engine. I'm like, yo. So then I had arranged a rental. So I got a rental right now. I rented from a lady I rented from before. I was like, man, let's just get the car. Let's get on the road, man. So he dropped the car. Brought the new one, got it, gassed up the truck. He stopped, get the tires inspected before we left because it's a long drive, you know what I'm saying? Over 5 hours. And we riding, man. We finally get on the road. So we got me in the right, got the driver, and we got Emilio. It's one of the rollback joints, you know, the flat ones with 3 seats. And they talking, man, having a good conversation. I'm just in a daze, like, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I actually had, like, recorded that joint on my phone. Because, again, the whole process, bro, I was like, man, like, deep down, I was still like, man, I know God is here. Because even though this stuff was tough, me breaking down, I broke down in the city. You know, us finding a place to stay at night that was safe, secure. It's very tough in the moment, man. I'm not saying, like, I'm completely over it. I don't even know how all this is affecting me yet, truly. Like, you know, I told my wife, I'm gonna be honest with you, like, I don't know how I'm affected. It's kind of like somebody go to war, like, bro, accepting death is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, the fact that I was like, I might die, and I was just okay. I was like at peace with it. Like, not okay, but I was at peace. I don't know how it's affecting me yet. But one thing a lot of my friends and family said, a few people I've told, you know what I'm saying, who checked up on me and called and stuff, I was like, man, all of them said the same thing. I know this was God speaking through, and they was like, yo, if you can get through this, you can get through anything. And I know God was shaping this in my life, breaking pieces off of me, because I know the goals and things I've asked for throughout this life. But this next chapter of my life, you know, why I left the U.S. and why I'm here. But I was just like, bro, like, man, this can't be real. And it's like, it was like the ending of a movie, like the most beautiful scenery, man. We passing palm trees, beaches. I mean, it's gorgeous, like gorgeous on the south part of Mexico, right? The north is not it, right? Dry, dusty. But the bottom, man, is tropical, palm trees, coconut trees, banana trees. You know, Tabasco is known as banana state. And so Campeche, and we got coconuts and all that tropical stuff. And Yucatan, man, it's tropical. And I'm just like, yo. And they stopped real quick to get some beers. And I was joking, man, I don't drink. But I was like I stopped. I was like, I had drank like years. It's like, man, I was like, man, I'm about to get me. It's like, you serious? You know, messing with drinking. Like, you serious? I'm like, nah, man, I'm good. Nah, come on, man, come on. I was like, nah, I'm good. He's like, come on, man. I was like, man, fuck it. Let me get one. He's like, you want a little one? I was like, yeah, just give me a little one. You know, I don't drink. So they had them big beers. I had a little beer, man. And I was just sipping that joint, looking at one like, bruh, this is crazy. And it's almost over now. So one more thing happened before we got to safety. So we go on, it's another checkpoint. This time it's the Campeche line to Yucatan. Like I told you, nothing popped off in my state because, like Yucatan where I live at, like where now, because they were guarding every part of the daggone state and the city. So when we crossed over, there was more checkpoints. I was like, oh my God. And Emilio was like, we went through the Campeche one fine because the driver know everybody because they drive all the time, right? So Emilio was like, man, you good? Like, you know, we straight. So we pulled over. He showed him my car registration for the tow. and showed her my paperwork for the car, and that was it. It was like, all right, y'all go ahead. And I was like, wait, we ain't getting searched? And this is actually police, so it was like the actual Border Patrol, Navy. I mean, not Navy, National Guard and police. So I was like, all right, that's the win, bro. And it was like a movie, man. Milo was like, he had said something, I'm paraphrasing, but he basically was like, he said like, it's all over now. He's like, we safe, man. It's all over now. And I was just like I legit feel like somebody who went to war, bro. Like, I'm just in a daze, like, bro, you know how much I just been through, bro? I'm like, over. What does that mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, the whole ending was a movie, bro. Like, going through his tropical palm trees, coconuts, him saying like, yo, it's all over now. You safe? We safe now. And we drop him off, whatnot. And like, man, I had already arranged for my runner to be here. You know, I handled the car next day. You know what I'm saying? Like, insurance company got the tow guy dropped me off. I had to take all the stuff out now because I'm renting Airbnb. I'm renting two. I got here a little bit early, so I'm renting one for a week, one for a month. I was going to originally just keep everything in the car. Car blew up now. Got to send it to the mechanic. So I had to take everything out. So I paid the U-Haul, the tow guy, cool as a fan, bro. He helped me, man. Like, you might help me. He's like, yeah, no problem. He already knew I was probably gonna tip him. That brother was working. We was working. So it took me only 45 minutes for his help. Would have taken like 3 hours by myself because I packed the shop. It took me hours to pack the car. Like I said, some of these bags and stuff, 145 pounds. And this condo I'm in right now, I'm on the 3rd floor, which is technically the 4th level. But man, anyways, you know what I mean? Like, helped me out, paid him, good chunk of change. Just like, hey man, I appreciate you. And bro, like, I made it here. You know what I mean? So I've been handling everything else, man. But dude, you couldn't make this. Like, this is a movie. I'm gonna make a movie out of this. I'm about to call, if somebody know Tyler Perry, tell him to call me. Somebody get a producer, tell him to call me. Because bro, I gotta make a movie about this. Copyrights, James Strong. This is my life, this is my movie. If they wanna make it too, I'm gonna sue the hell out of them and make some money. Because this is crazy. Like, crazy, bro. But man, again, like I said, bro, I thank God. It don't get no crazy. And I just want to say, I want to end like this, man. This is why, like, I have a lot of students and people who ask me for, like, my trading, right? They'll be doing something like ask how I don't get emotional, or like I tell them why. I'm like, yo, my life is exciting. I don't need to create excitement in the market. Like, I'm not in there gambling. It's a business, so it's simple. This is what I mean when I be telling people, my life is already exciting. I don't need to create excitement in the market. I don't need to go in there clicking buttons trying to trade every day. I just want to make money and do my thing. Because stuff like this, you cannot make up, bro. Like, it's just crazy, man. But again, bro, I thank God I'm here. I thank God that I'm safe, man. And the car, I'm going to figure it out, right? I'm looking for a place now to stay. I'll figure everything out, bro. At the end of the day, like, it is what it is. Money comes, money goes, man. But, like, I'm glad I'm still here. Thank God. I'm glad I'm still here for my family. I'm glad I get to see my family. My family is still in America. I was never going to drive with my family, so that's why I drove behind the guy. Because I was going to fly with my wife and my daughter at the end of the month when I finished getting, like, the house and getting everything set up for us. But, man, I'm just grateful, bro. I'm grateful, man. And, again, like, I truly don't know how this is affected me and going to affect me, but I'm grateful to still be alive. I'm grateful to be here. I'm even grateful for all the bad experience because I know it's going to shape me into a better man. So I'm just grateful, and it was a crazy, crazy, crazy situation that I'm glad is over.